Hey guys, just woke up from a nap with the babies. They're still sleeping. I don't know why the dog is barking, but while they're still sleeping, I'm just gonna share this because nowadays it's really hard to go for walks out with them. They don't really sleep in the morning anymore, so if I go for a stroll, they don't sleep, so I cannot really have the time to talk to my phone anymore. I went yesterday to a full body check with a friend who is Japanese and who actually works in that hospital, but in the maternity section of it. And her dad is the one who delivered two of my 3 older boys. And she works there, so it made things smooth. We could go through the different things quickly and smooth, and with the better version of doctors if I had a choice, or whatever she was mentioning. And so I took her from her place and we drove together in my car, and they checked, measured the height, the weight, the pee in a cup, and blood tests and cardio, and that was it, I think. Yeah, it was not much. And so the cardio showed normal heartbeat, which made me relieved because I've had in the past few years a lot of anxiety attacks. I could feel how my heart is raising really hard, and yeah, they asked me if I have any concerns. I said I don't, except my mental health, which affects the body too. I don't really have any. Anyways, but a few days before that, I decided to stop soda. Like, I don't drink soda right now anymore, just water and probably tea, herb tea, or I don't know if you know, but there's in Japan, they're big on it. There's this vinegar that you drink. You put water in it too. It's not, you don't drink just vinegar, but it's flavored with the different kinds of fruits. And so you drink it before you start the day. Like maybe 20 minutes before you eat breakfast, you drink it. And I've read that the citrusy fruits in their juice thereof, and also the pomegranate, fight the COVID-19. So I saw there's this shop that we have here that is goods from Costco, because we don't have Costco around here. It's just 2 hours away on the highway, so it's pain in the butt to go there. But there's this shop, they sell their stuff, and I noticed they have a box of 4 bottles of this vinegar, pomegranate flavored. So I drink that in the mornings and sometimes during the day too, and stopped soda and started doing the T25 again. So far it's been 2 days, but after yesterday they took so much blood out of me. Today I just feel like a little bit out of the anyways, I'll be okay. But just feel like chocolate and just get my levels back up. And they also measured my blood pressure yesterday. There's like this machine, and you insert your hand and push a button and it spits out the number from the machine. And they asked me to do it again because I guess the first time was way low, so it was like abnormal. Like, my friend was asking me if I feel dizzy or something. I'm like, I'm just fine. My blood pressure tends to be really low, extremely low, like, yeah. So they asked me to do it again and take deep breaths, so it was better the second time. So I think I have to and I've been thinking for that for a while to learn the yoga kind of breathing. Not just yoga is okay with stretching and stuff, but I want to learn like maybe once a day if I could have the time to just regulate, like have the enough amount of oxygen flow in the body, and regulate the blood pressure. Anyways, there's a whole lot of things that one can do for their body if they really care about it. But this is not a video that I wanted to spend on health. It felt great to be with a friend, that's for sure, and just have the babies, the twins with their father. The other three boys were at school, and it was her day off, so I just felt horrible that I had to take her to that hospital, her workplace, on her day off. But she felt like happy to help. So, and she has one kid who is last year junior high, so like almost high school kid, and she's a single mom and lives with her parents, and I guess she really enjoys the company of the babies, so she comes here. And she asked me yesterday after we were done with the checkup if she could just take her car and drive to my house after me, follow me, and maybe she can spend some time with the twins. And I say, that's sure, that's great. And then we got the chance to talk a little bit, and it just feels great to talk to another human being that, oh gosh, it's been a while. I just felt great. And then that guy is awake. Hold on. Guy, come, Anissa, come, Anissa. He when he wakes up and I'm not around, it's just really not good. Come, said Kissy, come. He's just really not happy right now. But what I wanted to talk about is this summer, when my sister and her family came over for 10 days. Come, sweetheart, come. Mommy's right here, come. He's like deciding, should I come, should I not come? I don't know if you guys see him, but he's really not happy. Full of tears. I love you, man. Just come here. I love you, man. He's really blonde. I don't know who is he after. My hair is white, but not blonde. So while she was here, the first few days were like really rainy, and even before they came, it was like really rainy. And come, sweet pie. And we saw a lot. We saw one time a really, really beautiful rainbow. Come. They both woke up. And come. Nap time is over. Hey, come here. Come, sweet potato. Come. Here is ya. Oh, mamina delícia. So there was oh, smells like pee. I don't know. I hope he's okay. Anyway, so I'll have to change the diapers after. We saw a rainbow, and we all went out, and the kids were so excited. We took a picture, like my sister took tons of pictures of that rainbow. It was just beautiful, vibrant, and on the bottom of it there was a smaller, more like blurred up rainbow, and it was just great. The skies were like pink. It was just really beautiful. Like, you don't see that kind of thing every day, not really. It was rainy and sunny at the same time, must have been. So it was a beautiful rainbow from one side of the sky to the other. It was beautiful arch, and you could see all the 7 colors. Like, seriously, you could see all of them, like, really vividly. And so she took pictures, and the kids were playing and dancing. It was just really great. Her 3 and my 5. It was just great. And the next day came, and I was it was again about the same time, like in the afternoon, like early afternoon, and I was doing something like getting things ready for dinner or something. And my oldest is like, Mom, there is a rainbow again. So the second time we went, I mean, they went on. They were like rejoicing and enjoying and taking pictures again. But I was like, I saw yesterday. So, but my first son was like, firstborn was insisting like, Mommy, I'm not gonna do anything you tell me until you come upstairs and to look at it. And I was like, it's fine. So I dropped what I was doing at something at the sink, I don't know. So I just went upstairs with him and we looked through the window, got the screen door open and just looked at them. It was just beautiful again for the second time. Vivid colors, beautiful rainbow. I don't remember if it had a double underneath, but I just remember it was beautiful. And I remember that the thought in my head, I wanted to keep this memory of this moment, me and him upstairs at the window looking at the rainbow. He's 11, soon he's slipping away, soon he's gonna be a teenage boy, and when he's a teenage boy, that's it. It's just it's gonna be friends, games, girls, anything, anything but mommy. So I just loved it. I love those moments when I can kind of like see myself with my kid in a sacred moment. It's like I'm on the side looking at us. It's just really beautiful. And then there was a third time. The following day, 3 days in a row, you guys. Again, a rainbow. Again, the same beautiful skies. I remember the first time we saw it, my sister took lots of pictures and the clouds were beautiful, like gold edges, because the sun was setting. It was just beautiful. The third time, I don't think I went to see the rainbow, and I don't think anybody took me out or insisted for me to see it. And so I just remember all the kiddos were saying, 3 days in a row, that's a miracle, so beautiful. And just everybody was really happy around. And it made me think, it's something beautiful. Seeing rainbows, besides in Hawaii where I saw them very often, I don't really remember seeing rainbows that often elsewhere. And it's a beautiful event. Sometimes I remember this one time coming back from school. I was pregnant with the babies, and when you're pregnant, you just have like lots of emotions going through, hormones, and so I was going towards my car, the parking lot, with all my bags and heavy. I just felt so heavy towards the end. So it must have been like somewhere September, October. And 2 years ago. And I remember seeing a rainbow, just beautiful rainbow in the sky. It was like a little chunk of it. It was like pastel colors, so pretty. And there was this guy that worked there. I think that school it was one of my favorite schools. It was new schools that I was in. But the lunch lady was a guy, actually. It was a guy who was taking care of the meals of the teachers in the staff room, and he was also taking care of the gardens and stuff, And that school had lots of gardens and green spots, and he happened to be around the green area where I was going towards the car. And so I exclaimed, like, I usually don't talk to him, and I thought it was really strange. He's a guy who totally ignored or avoided the foreigner. So I was not really like, I was okay with that. I'm used to it. But I just exclaimed, I showed it to him. I don't remember if I said something in Japanese to him or not. But he looked up, because he was looking down at the stuff, and he looked up to it, he started exclaiming. He was like, wow, it's really beautiful. And that one thing for that one moment just made us that much closer as human beings. Him being the Japanese, avoiding foreigners, and me being the pregnant mom living in a foreign country, completely miserable here. But that little thing, that rainbow, just brought us together. It's like two humans admiring something in the skies. It's like Heavenly Father's creation that helped us to remember that after Noah and the prophet Noah and, you know, the flood, there will be no more floods. That's what God promised after. And that rainbow was to remember that always, that there will be no more flood. It also made me think about something else, by the way. Seeing a rainbow for 3 days in a row made me think, you know, the first time we were all excited, we were like dancing in the rain, and it was just great, took lots of pictures. Second time I was like, you know, I saw it yesterday, so maybe it's the same thing, it's fine, but I still wanted to see it, so I just went and see it. The third day I was like, it's okay, I already know. So for 2 days, you know, even if and there is another one tomorrow, it's not gonna be any different. So it's just like it's about the human nature. It's like how you can start seeing things at first, admiring them and enjoying them and fully embracing them, and then it starts becomes fading away and becomes something normal. And just like with the COVID-19, everybody's now talking about the new normal and trying to accommodate their lives with, in the midst of a virus that is microscopic, and it's like every day is like a Russian roulette. You either get it or not. And so I was thinking in those lines with the marriage as well. It's like at first you admire and you embrace and you give your best to that relationship. You try to make it work no matter what the difference is. And then slowly, if you don't put much effort, it just becomes this thing that it's just there. It's just there, and you don't really care anymore about it. You just try to feel comfortable in your comfortable box and isolate yourself from everything that you don't like or you don't enjoy or puts pressure on you. And at least that's how it's here. Like I totally entirely don't even want to talk about any of the issues anymore. I just don't talk. I'm just there for my kids, and there's nothing I can do or I want to do anymore. I just live for my kids here, and that's about it. And so isn't it interesting, you guys? Isn't it interesting how when something is not a given, like it's something that you have been granted just to admire and to be happy with, and you start getting more of it, you start taking it for granted or not recognizing how beautiful or important it is anymore. It's just like those rainbows reminded me of that. It's very interesting how even with siblings, when I look at my boys, like in the summer vacation, they, you know, they could, you know, fight easily for anything and not tolerating each other. It's just because they're seeing each other all the time. And now that they started school again, it's like they have more respect for each other. They're in the same school, but they don't really see each other all the time. So they you know, they play with their classmates and spend time with their teacher. And so it's just when they come home, they try to things work together on their own and not involving me so much, being the bad guy, the judge or whatever. So, and yeah, I think it's when you spend too much time with that same person, you just kind of start take advantage of that person or like taking them for granted or whatnot. And so I was thinking, what are ways that can be avoided, or is it possible? Is it just the human nature to, I don't know, like for example, I am grateful for it, but like my oldest, he has good friends, and they had sleepover this past weekend over here. And one of them, I know the parents grow lots of cucumbers. And when it was the beginning of the summer, he came over here with a big bag of cucumbers, because and one of the first ones of the harvest, and their parents, his mom sent him with, and I was so grateful. We ate them literally like snack, just cucumber, like we just don't even peel it, just eat it like that, because it's just right there from the field. And the babies were happy. They love cucumbers. And then this last weekend was like kind of like the last summer sleepover, kind of like hangover with friends, and he came with the same big bag of cucumbers, and I was so grateful again, because now their season is over, and my cucumbers here in the garden are dead. And I think that the moisture, the too much rain killed them. It was just too much rain. And so I was grateful, but I kind of like took it for granted. I'm like, oh, I know when that kid comes, he comes with cucumbers. And I hated that. I thought that, because it's just a pure blessing. He comes with so many cucumbers. So for a few days, I'll have like cucumbers on the table all the time. And we will make this famous Bulgarian cold soup that we call tarator, which is like shredded cucumbers and plain yogurt with water mixed together with salt. You could put garlic too, and you mix everything together, and you just drink it with a spoon, or just drink it like it's just wonderful. And I can do that now because of those wonderful cucumbers, and I'm grateful for it. But that thought did come to my mind. Oh, that kid, yeah, he always brings cucumbers. It's like, I don't know. It's like if we have certain expectations after a person brings you something, you just know that that person will always bring it, kind of thing. It's like, and you start taking it for granted, and I just don't like that. But I cannot fight it either. It's just, I guess that's how we are wired up. And I can see how people easily give up on other relationships with people. It's just because you don't have need of that particular person with those particular things that that person gives you or makes you feel like anymore. And so you just kind of like move on to the next relationship and the next relationship, and just instead of like, I don't know, I'm trying to figure out life and why we're here and how we're to, according to what says in the scriptures, in the Bible, in the Book of Mormon, and other scriptures that we read. Life is given to us so man can be happy, or mankind can be happy and enjoy. And that doesn't mean every single day of your life should be joy and happiness. It's impossible, because we're here to learn the oppositions of all things, and sickness and health, and rainy days and sunny days, and all that. But how not to take people for granted is one goal I have in my life. It's just because sometimes I try to think of that particular moment I have with that particular kid in my house. I want to remember. I just want that time to stop, and I can come out of my body and look at that, and just remember in my mind, like the hard disk here. Just remember it and be grateful for it. So one day when this life is over and all those flashbacks I will have teary eyes, and I will remember, and I will treasure it, and I will feel no regret. And I guess I just want to live a life where I don't take people for granted, and surround myself with people who don't make me feel this little, and have toxic thoughts in my head, and just be surrounded by people who, I don't really have any people around me, really. It's just that one friend that I have, in my kids, but and my family that I talk to on Skype and on the phone, and that's it. But it's very interesting. All right, I'll keep it to here, and I'll say bye. See you later.